you. Yeah, stop it. Stop it, you bad people. Well, thanks for stopping by. Happy Wednesday, everyone. So we all remember that letter Politico published ahead of the 2020 election that dismissed the Hunter laptop story as Russian disinfo. By the way, when I say we all remember, I obviously don't include the president. The letter was crafted right after the New York Post had published a piece on the laptop which Hunter had dropped off at a computer repair shop and then abandoned it like it was his child. It's true. He was a baby with a stripper.
Not that anything's wrong with that.
No, not at all, Tyrus. Whoops. All right, so anyway, I know the feeling. My parents did that with me at the highway rest stops. And I made so many new friends. That joke makes no sense, and I don't care. The hard drive contained tons of stuff concerning Biden's business dealings, as well as all sorts of sordid, or in Kat's view, romantic, videos of Hunter doing drugs and hookers, and not always in that order. But then miraculously, this letter signed by 50-odd Intel experts appeared to save Joe's day, and boy, did it. The story was blacklisted by major media outlets and social media algorithms. If you even mentioned it, you were mocked, scorned, or suspended from tech platforms. I like getting suspended from things, but not tech platforms. You know what I mean? The rest is history. Trump lost, and now we have this.
Thank you for joining us as well. And for families across the country, this...
This reminds me of those late night commercials with sad dogs. Those are all stunt dogs, by the way. But in case he croaks, then we're stuck with this.
Remember Venn diagrams, those three circles?
Venn diagram?
Venn diagram.
Venn diagram? Venn diagram. I love Venn diagrams.
I really love Venn diagrams. The circles, right? Three usually.
Her Venn diagram is stupid and really stupid. Since then, of course, the laptop story and the New York Post have been vindicated. But like Joe Biden's sphincter, it was too late. I don't even know what that means. But we had to wonder, how did that letter come about? Why were so-called Intel experts so happy to dismiss something they didn't bother to investigate? Well, last night, Brett Baird, the host of Special Report and also my personal masseuse, actually had one of the letter endorsers on his show, a former CIA officer. It was a great get for Brett, but only because Angela Lansbury was a no-show.
Oh.
R.I.P. But this was hilarious.
October, days before the 2020 election, you signed on to this open letter that was published by Politico. It said, "We write to say that the arrival on the U.S. political scene of emails purportedly belonging to Vice President Biden's son Hunter, much of it related to his time serving on the board of the Ukrainian gas company Burisma, has all the classic earmarks of a Russian information operation."
Right.
Why did you sign on to that?
Yeah, because of what it says. It has all the classic earmarks of one of these operations. You'll note elsewhere in the letter, if you read it, that it also says, we don't know if this is a Russian operation at all.
So get this, it had all the classic earmarks, but it's not like we said it's real, because we don't know, right? Okay, since when do 50 members of intelligence suddenly put out an urgent letter saying we don't know? When does that ever happen? Sorry, dude, 50 people don't do anything urgently if they have misgivings. I mean, they acted like they all got food poisoning from the same Chipotle and were racing to find a toilet. Otherwise, when people aren't sure or they're ambivalent, what's the rush? Where's the fire? You do nothing. Baer points out that even though the agent claimed they didn't know, Biden still used it exactly the way the agents had intended.
Very cool.
There are 50 former national intelligence folks who said that what he's accusing me of is a Russian plan.
You mean the laptop is now another Russia hoax?
That's exactly what.
Is this where
That's
you're
exactly what.
This is where he's.
So, understanding how you characterize it, but he characterized it differently and used it in a debate just days before an election.
Yeah, I'll let President Biden speak for himself. He's capable of doing that.
Oh, he is? Give us one example. That's like saying I'll let Kermit the Frog speak for himself after Jim Henson died. Joe only speaks if you feed him the words, like you did in this phony letter. But my favorite part is this.
People who study Russian disinformation, intelligence officers who look at Russian tactics over the long period of time, this is the kind of thing they like to amplify to sow discord within target countries.
You get that? It's Russian disinformation, even though the information is true, because they amplify it. That's like being caught in an affair and saying, yeah, it's true, but bringing it up makes it false, so please don't. That's what I use. But at least he didn't keep repeating himself.
It has all the classic earmarks of a Russian campaign. It has all the classic earmarks. This has all the classic earmarks of a Russian information campaign. It has all the classic earmarks of a Russian information campaign.
It's like he's saying Beetlejuice, hoping that Lori Lightfoot arrives to rescue him. Then
Howard Stern's Beetlejuice.
Yes. Then he blames the media and anyone else he can find.
In the way it was disseminated and propagated through media.
Even though it wasn't true. It had the classic earmarks, but it wasn't true.
What is not true?
That it was Russian disinformation.
That's not what we said in the letter. Read the actual letter, and we said we do not know if this is Russian disinformation.
It has all the classic earmarks of a Russian information operation.
Exactly. The difference between an information campaign and a disinformation campaign and a misinformation campaign. It's not my fault if people don't look up definitions.
I'm sorry, I was just looking up psychopath. So it's our fault that we don't know the difference. Do you believe this guy once worked for an outfit that has the word intelligence in it? And I'll agree with him about the media. They ran with this letter, but not the laptop, like it was the truth, despite the laptop having endless videos of Hunter Biden's butt and other things. Look how blurry it is. Check that out. Go to a doctor. Anyway, but that's exactly what they were expected to do once a letter like this from 50 experts gave them the cover they needed. It gets worse.
He said it plainly on a debate stage that obviously affected the dynamic.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
I would absolutely love for all news media to show nuance on all these issues instead of racing to sound bites.
Dude, there were no sound bites. The facts were taken from the letter you co-wrote, which again, was the plan all along. No one writes a letter to be ignored, like the ones I get from Kilmeade's lawyer all the time. So this is just a glimpse of who was involved in this fraud. Now multiply this dimwit by 50. The ends justify the means. You can lie to the American people and there's no consequences. But that's 50 reasons why you gotta go vote and take control of the House. Because every single signer of that letter needs to be questioned just like that. Like, who asked them to do this? Were they paid? Did they deduct that contribution from their taxes? But I credit this guy for at least showing his face in public. Something I wish Madonna would stop doing. But, bottom line, I didn't know how to end this. But the fact is, we wouldn't let this kind of crap slide in the workplace.
Listen, Jerry, the reason we called you in here, I don't understand why you spent $950 on lap dances.
Well, I will admit, it had all the classic earmarks of a lap dance, but I don't think
Legal sent over a video from Fat Tony's House of Hot Ladies, so we know it happened. It's true.
Oh, define true. You know, like, is True TV true? Or how about True Detective? I mean, you really think Matthew McConaughey was solving all those mysteries? I mean,
listen, just admit it happened, and we can all move on.
what happened that night was I was at the club, okay, and then these two bouncers, they come up to me, we start doing just shots left and right. I'm up there at the club, they're like, how many bills you got, big boy? And I'm like, I got bills, both days, cash money. And then they're offering me dances. They come up to me, they get up in my face, pop up on the table. They're just crying. They're just crying. They get it all up in my face. They're giving me all the love. In conclusion, it had all the classic earmarks of a lap dance.
You're fired.
So like an earmark of a firing?
Real firing.
Welcome tonight's guest. She went from the NFL to giving lefties hell. Host of the Sideline Sanity podcast, Michelle Tafoya. He's known for his charity work providing jobs for Jamie Lissow. Star of the great new movie Daddy-Daughter Trip, Rob Schneider. She's like a Twizzler, slim, sweet, and twisted. Fox News contributor Cat Tube. And to him, the Grand Canyon is just an okay canyon. My massive sidekick in the NWA World Television Champion, Tyrus. Rob? Yes.